So I went to turn the light off yesterday, and the light is now permanently off. Call me delighted. And of course, now that I want to record a video, it's just kind of dark, and I was about to go drag in every lamp in the house, and then I had an idea. As a hoarder myself, I've always got random little scraps of things lying around. The sun is coming this way. Here's the scene. Look at that. I'm going to take it away. I recently watched a video from Canadian domestic terrorist Jay Regular, and he made a joke about half of Gen Z wasting every second of every day. I thought it was funny, but the phrase kind of stuck with me because it made me think about each individual second that I've wasted avoiding the things that I want myself to do, especially at the time, because I really was wasting all of the seconds. And for what? What's the point? It's not like it makes me happy to pipe YouTube videos directly into my brain for hours and hours every single day. To be honest, YouTube is getting pretty unusable with the aggressive ads and even the algorithm, and it just hasn't shown me anything that I care about in years. I don't know. I'm addicted. I don't even know what else to say. Basically, I'm a grown man with the experience of a child, so I've been making an effort to be more mindful with how I use my time, and it went pretty well last month. This month, not so much. And I need to learn how to rein myself in to fulfill my ultimate goal of utilizing every second of every day, whether that's for productivity or intentional rest. It's actually my second attempt to write this video because the first one spun off into this weird, almost masochistic angle where I felt like I have to worship my suffering. I have to worship the sensation of suffering just to be normal, which is a crazy thing to say. My mind can make some pretty extreme conclusions. I'd make a fantastic paranoid schizophrenic. Anyway, I'm beginning to truly grasp that that problem that I have is really complex, and its roots are very obscure and deep down, to the point that I can't really count on myself to identify the root cause of my problems. And where does that leave me? A younger version of me would have totally given up here. Maybe cried about it. Maybe pissed his pants. Maybe. But emotionally mature me says there's always something you can do. You know, what do you do when you can't do nothing, but there's nothing you could do? You do what you can. Maybe I can't pinpoint exactly where the root cause of my problem lies, but I can plug in speculative solutions just to see how they affect me. Sure, that may not be optimal for my unique situation, and it may not cure me of my problems, but like, if it makes me a marginally better person, why would I do anything else? I used to watch a lot of healthy gamer videos, even though they didn't really practically help me most of the time, probably because I didn't implement them 99% of the time. But since this problem is a bit beyond my ability to solve right now, I decided to synthesize a few Dr. K videos. See, no more excuse making. Good job, me. The method that I put together from 2 or 3 of his videos is as follows. First, I need to make sure that my spawn point in the morning doesn't suck. Now, this one is actually something that I have implemented in the past, and it has really helped me. Last month, it gave me a lot of forward momentum, and this month, while it hasn't exactly propelled me forward, it's definitely kept me from stumbling back too far. Even though this isn't new to me, I'm going to tighten up the security with these 3 components. Number 1, speedrun daily tasks first thing in the morning. I've been timing myself every morning for the past 2 months, but over time, I started to lose interest in improving my time, but that all changes. I'm getting back on the PB grind starting now. Number 2, start working the very first thing in the morning. Folks, I am deathly tired for the first 30 minutes to an hour after I wake up. It's bad. I struggle to even wake up to my alarm. Sometimes I just sleep completely through it, even when it's right next to my head and probably giving me cancer. But I'm going to try to completely cut out my morning beverage and chill because he's right. It does tend to drag out way too long. But if I can't take my time to gradually awaken gracefully and get started at a reasonable time, then I'm just going to have to give up my morning awakening routine of beverage and chill. I don't know what to tell you. Number 3, no screen time for the first 90 minutes of the morning. This one can be really tough, like the last one, because nothing quite wakes me up as reliably as my morning watch YouTube for 6 hours. I don't know, maybe doing the dishes while actively passing out could be fun too. We'll see. So spawn setting strategy summary is 1, to speedrun tasks as the moment I wake up. Don't take a break. Just get out of bed and instantly do that without looking at screens for 90 minutes. And that's it. The next strategy is to utilize the minimum viable action when I feel overwhelmed. In other words, if I'm struggling to do the bare minimum, cool, just do less than the bare minimum. It's fine. It's natural. The idea is that you keep breaking down the task until you find something that you actually think that you would be able to do with the energy you have. And then you do that, and then you move on, and then you come back to it. Because there's always some amount of a task that you are probably willing to do. Even if it's minuscule, even if it looks like nothing. It isn't nothing, and you can do it. You're better off using the willpower you actually have than trying to hype yourself up to do the hard thing all day and ultimately accomplishing nothing. Oh, what's wrong? Do you feel singled out and embarrassed? Hop in, loser. We're trekking to Self-Respect City today. Dies of cringe. The third and final main point that I got from him is kind of weird. My understanding is that when you don't have enough energy to do what you're doing, you can trace it back to an identity. What is it that you believe about yourself that makes you unable to engage? This next part probably counts as plagiarism, but I don't want to stray too far from what he actually said here, and I don't want to quote him directly for sake of clarity. Oops, oh well, we do a little thug gangster stuff around here, it's whatever. All of the attributes of our sense of self are constructions of intellectual or emotional conclusions. Take any task that you find you're not performing at 100% capacity, and you'll notice that you lack the energy or willingness. For whatever reason, you feel put off by the task. Yet you could probably imagine that many people would handle the same task with relative ease. What exactly is the difference between you and that person? Allegedly, if you think through exactly what is boring or overwhelming to you, you'll discover an aspect of identity. And it doesn't have to be 100% correct. So just listen to your gut response. Don't argue with your thoughts or try to rationalize. Then sit up absolutely straight. Center yourself with Om chanting or some other centering practice and look within yourself for that piece of your identity. Your body is real. But remember that your thoughts and emotions aren't a part of you. They aren't real things. Notice your thoughts, but focus on what exists in the real world. Can you locate a real manifestation of that aspect of you? Not a memory or thought, but in this moment. Maybe you aren't good at the task at hand, but that doesn't mean you can't be good at it. It doesn't even mean that you will struggle with it this time. If it's not real and doesn't serve you, take a deep breath and let go of that attribute of identity. Identities can be useful, even if they aren't real, but they can and should be discarded when they're harming you. That was a lot, so because this one's kind of complicated and the use case is literally for when I don't have very much energy to do complicated things, I've decided that I'll only do this one when the minimum viable action thing isn't working optimally, or if there's a clear emotional component to my struggle. Our last line of defense will be this. Bonus that I didn't get from Dr. K, I'm going to use the Pomodoro technique for writing or other intellectually straining tasks, and also reward myself with a quick game of Picross for every completed task in the day. For those of you who don't know, the Pomodoro technique is setting a 25-minute focus timer and then taking a 5-minute break before cycling back to another 25 minutes until your task is complete. Personally, I find it very helpful, but only when I spend the break pacing and actively trying not to think about anything. Not even the project at hand, especially not the project. Having any thoughts at all tends to sweep me up into a loop, which is really devastating for my productivity. Oh yeah, he also said something about walking through doors in different rooms, kind of resets your working memory or something. I don't know. I'll just do my pacing outside because it's October and the weather is awesome. So there we go. There's my game plan. This video is a bit of a part one because although I have put together a solution, I haven't actually solved anything yet. I'll link an update video in the description and in the end card coming up soon. So feel free to bully me in the comments if it's not there in a couple weeks. No corny motivational summary this time. Thanks for watching. And sorry I had to switch to reading off the screen directly. I'm having to speed up because I realized my camera is about to run out of space.